Niners! Fam, sorry about yesterday. Oh, man, what a terrible day. But anyway, let's jump right on this. 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan updates media regarding 2QB system. I use the term update because all of a sudden Kyle is going in another direction with his rhetoric. After 3 games with the Niners being 2-1, there have been only cameo appearances by Mrs. Lance's baby boy, Trey. In each one of these games, it was anticipated by many due to some of the things witnessed in preseason and rhetoric from Coach Shanahan. It was believed that the Niners were going to be alternating both JG and T. Lance at a higher rate than we've seen so far. Tonight, we'll go to the phones for your take on what appears to be a change of heart about Coach Shanahan's 2-quarterback system. Or is it? Let him tell it. No. I know. Oh, by the way, good news. John Lynch joined KBR this afternoon and was asking about Ayuk's bounce-back performance. And the GM responded to Tolbert, Kruger, and Brooks by saying, quote, Brandon's worked really hard. He's a hard worker. He's really a good kid. He's a talented kid. He got some injuries. Trent Sherfield was playing well. The credit to Brandon is that he kept working. He put his head down and he kept working. And he earned the opportunities he got the other night and made some big catches. I think that should give him some confidence. I think confidence is important, and I think chemistry with Jimmy Garoppolo is important too. Now they've had a time on task where they can work together because he's been out there repeatedly. So they're starting to get a comfort level between each other, and that's a good thing for everyone, unquote. Why did he just, I don't know. Somebody didn't mention that he was injured in the beginning, but you know what? If Brandon Ayuk could get on track, now, see, because, well, let's see what it works out, because we're going up against the secondary this week that should be able to be, from what they're saying, should be vulnerable to a lot of beating. We'll see what happens. I tell you. Oh, and speaking of that team, there seems to be trouble in Emerald City. If the Seahawks are going to avoid the first 3-game losing streak of one Russell Wilson's, he should be put in the Hall of Fame career, they'll probably need Tyler Lockett, wouldn't you say? Because Tyler Lockett, up until we got K'Wan Williams, Tyler Lockett always seemed to have something to do with what took place in the game between the 49ers and the Seahawks, right? So there he is, Tyler Lockett. Okay. They may not have him Sunday. Of course, this doesn't mean anything because we also thought the same thing about the Packers, who were going to be minus a lot of key players too, and they came in and got away with one. Lockett didn't practice today. He's got a hip injury. I'm going to tell you right now, if you've never had a hip injury, you don't be sprinting at high speed on a hip injury, because every time your foot hits the ground, the pain vibrates through your body like somebody hit you laid you down and just started jackhammering on your leg. And yesterday he was only able to practice on a limited basis. He'll get a designation of any tomorrow, Friday, and we'll hear more about that. Then the question will be if he's listed as questionable or doubtful. Whether he'll make the trip to Levi Stadium for this upcoming Week 4 game against the Niners, yet to be seen. The Hawks are suddenly feeling our pain, fam, and they deserve it, too. It's always us who's lacking all kinds of people, and they come in and they sneak a win like they did in 2019. I got George Kittle sitting upstairs. I got Emmanuel Sanders going down in the first quarter, and they find a way to get us into overtime because of our kicker who could not find the uprights, and they beat us. Field goal. Oh, by the way, the Hawks are also suddenly feeling DK Metcalf was limited with a foot injury after not appearing on yesterday's report. Suddenly today, it's fresh. It's hurting. Metcalf had a knee injury last week. Oh, and the overrated Rashard Penny calf has not yet practiced all week long. I love it, man. On the good side of that, though, I understand that Elijah was working out. Okay, let's get late. Let me jump into this, because we'll talk more about that probably tomorrow. But Coach Shanahan, meanwhile, continues to confuse many when it comes to the quarterback plan. After creating the clear impression in the preseason that the team would use both Jimmy G and T. Lance, the Niners have largely utilized only JG. Yesterday, since I was called away and unable to get in here, but I knew some were burning about Coach Shanahan, suggested that people misinterpreted his apparent intentions. I mean, I didn't mean to laugh, but I had to laugh because I said, I don't know. If we were attending practice, maybe we'd understand what's going on. I don't know why. It does seem to me, though, Shanahan is sort of slowing down the roll about T. Lance. I don't know. Is he doing things in practice that are frightening him? Is he not grasping a few concepts? I don't know. Because Shanahan, for one thing, contrary to what some people believe, he does not give a damn about Jimmy. If Trey can win, he will go with Trey in a heartbeat. That's just the way it works. He cannot afford another losing season. But as Coach told reporters, Trey's our backup quarterback. This isn't the preseason. We're not just going to back and forth all the time. Trey goes in for specific plays or things we want to do. Trey went in, and week out, he gets better. Each week, the more reps he gets on scout team. But there's not a big decision going into that each week. We put in a game plan for our starting quarterback. The backup needs to be able to do all of that if he gets hurt. And what's cool about Trey is because of his different skill set, we always keep him alive with a couple of plays on situations, unquote. If you watch the pressure, of course, you got Grant coming at him, and I think somebody else. Kyle seemed to answer that with some kind of an indignance and an attitude. Although Shanahan's been doing that ever since he started in about this. Is he going to completely lose it in a press conference one of these times? Damn it, what did I say? I'm tired of you guys asking. Can you imagine? Shanahan was asked why he changed his mind on using both quarterbacks more extensively, and then the heat really went up in the room. Shanahan continued and insisted by saying, I didn't change my mind. We have put him on the field. We do it in situations. You can go with whatever you want, what I say in training camp, and you can expand on that or not. But I think I was asked coming off the field of our third game if we'd see this in regular season. I said probably not. So I think a lot of words have been put in my mouth with some of that stuff or exaggerated pretty big. So I pretty much keep it pretty real to everyone, but I don't just tell everyone the answer. I have no problem with you guys overdoing that. And Detroit working on that extremely hard, but I've been pretty consistent with what I've said, unquote. So now it's going to take a lot of bravery if you're in a press conference. Hey, yo, Kyle. Hey, where was Trey at today, man? Seriously, though, the question comes as though, why did Shanahan use both quarterbacks in the preseason finale, right? If you're not. And so to that, Shanahan responded saying, I mean, it was preseason. It was fun. He almost went into the, he went into the, never mind. Although you were reminded of one NBA guard. But he goes on to say, but it has to do with the team we're playing the next week. It doesn't have to do with the reactions. It has to do with how people prepare for people, unquote. Kyle's going into his Allen Iverson memory book, I guess. I don't know. Fam, you want to really hear something wild, though? From of all people. Do you know what Mike Florio said about this situation? Quote, Florio, I make this clear, I'm not saying this. Florio, Mike Florio, the guy who hates Jimmy more than a lot of 49er fans, said this. He says, regardless of whether any of that makes sense, I'm not sure if it does, talking about what Shanahan's saying today on that press conference. I'm not sure it does. Here's my take. Garoppolo didn't like the two-quarterback thing, and he made that clear. Also, and more importantly, he has a locker room behind him, in large part because of Lance hasn't performed well enough to win over the veterans. And so the 49ers have decided to ride with Garoppolo until he gets injured. If he does, Lance provides a much better alternative than the backups from past years. If Lance had developed more quickly, if he'd have won over the rest of the team, he'd be playing. But the locker room wasn't ready for less Jimmy, and Shanahan wisely has made decisions consistent with what the players want. Unquote. Mike Florio. Shocking. I would think Florio will be all in. Get him out of here. So tonight, fam, the question is, are you frustrated with what you thought Shanahan meant by suggesting there was going to be a 2 QB system, but then doesn't seriously implement the activity? Could Mike Florio be onto a could Mike Florio be talking to the situation right? Interesting. Matty Harris, hey, brother, a shout out from beautiful Bend, Oregon, and as always, go Niners. Matty! Oh, God. Oh. Tiny bubbles. We've got Tony and Don. Tony Nagatani.
Aloha, Ronbo. Can you hear me, sir?
I can't, Tony. It sounds a little distant, more than usual.
Oh no.
But are you using different equipment?
Yeah, I'm trying out my. It should be my Bluetooth audio speakers. No, you can't. Can you hear me now? Is that any better?
You just turn the volume up. You've turned the volume. I can hear you. I can hear you a little better now. I can.
That's great. That is phenomenal. All right, yeah, man, Ronbo. Happy Thursday. I missed you talking to you yesterday. How's it going?
Oh, you know what, Tony? It's your. It must be your feed. Period. I can hear your voice now, but you got a freeze frame.
Oh,
Tony.
All right. Well, hey.
You know what? Maybe don't use a Bluetooth. Can you still go on without the Bluetooth and see what happens?
Well, let me see here. Hold on.
This system we use.
Come back to me, Ronbo. Let me figure this out.
Okay. Because this system we use struggles with Bluetooth for some reason. No, it's okay. I'll be right back. Okay. It's Dr. PH what? I can't give him D. Papa Dragon. Pop, get in here, man. Address the situation.
Well, woo, my man Ronbo, our beloved Ronbo, and our beloved production.
And we apologize about yesterday.
Hey, don't have to apologize, brother. Shit happens. Oh, I dropped the S-bomb.
I know, my children are going to implement you. They love you, and they're going to say, Papa Dragon says that. But your mama, but dad, here you said, shit happens. What? Where'd you get that from? Ronbo show? What? Papa Dragon.
I don't know. I still maintain my position on Kyle Shanahan. I think that he's a good coordinator. I think that he is a mediocre head coach. And you are what your record says that your record is. Okay.
Bill Parcells.
He's made numerous bad decisions. He's lost big games in the very end. There's a lot of damning things about him. The last game was damning. Looking at the film again, people complain Jimmy doesn't throw the ball downfield. They only called one pass down the field. They had no routes deep. Everything was short and intermediate. So, he just doesn't make changes on the fly. And I don't expect that to change. I think that at this particular point in time, the situation is what the situation is there is a locker room that is mostly invested in Jimmy Garoppolo with the main veterans that has the coach's ear. So you take Kittle, Juice, McGlinchey, Trent Williams, all these guys are behind a veteran guy. Okay. And that's what happens. It's called a quarterback controversy that hasn't blossomed yet. Okay. Their controversy right now is in the absolute locker room. Now, as far as Trey goes, I don't think he's changing any plans. I think this was the plan all along because, the players echo it. But did you catch the man who I'm getting a little bit more respect for every single day, Jimmy Garoppolo's press conference? He basically threw a little shade at Shanahan. He said that he goes, the coaches tell us what looks we're going to see before the game. And when we get to the game, the looks are different. And it takes us too long to make adjustments or we don't make adjustments at all. That's a dig at Shanahan. So Shanahan has what I would like to call a arrogant problem. You talk about a dude who never had to struggle at anything. He was Mike Shanahan's son. He was a ball boy before he probably should have been a ball boy.
And he's
I'm not
regarded
saying
as one of the best OCs and X's O's of all time. Yeah, true.
of all time, but where's his winning record?
I know.
That's what I want to say. Where's his winning record? Now,
Pop,
again, that
Pop,
last
also,
game.
I just want to piggyback on what you just said before you get to the next point.
Yeah.
Because you say, also, they said to Jimmy, some guy said, well, you know what? You're pretty much, you don't do a damn thing as far as stretching the field, right? So Jimmy says, I just do what the play call is. I also appreciated when he said that. I said, you know what?
Again.
Everybody blames Jimmy. I said, that's not Jimmy's offense. That's Kyle's offense. And I'm not knocking Kyle. I'm not going to join on that. But I'm saying.
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. Now, again, I am not a Jimmy hater, and I am also not a Jimmy lover. I want wins.
Yes.
My situation is that, like I said before, what makes a quarterback great is what they do on the field. So he's going to have to win in spite of Shanahan, and he had the opportunity to do that this past game. Shanahan should have been in his ear on the radio saying, run the clock down. Then throw the ball to Usek and then let him score. That's what should have happened. That did not happen. And Shanahan takes no accountability at all for his failings. None of them. You have players, they draft players that are injured. They get re-injured over and over again. Jalen Hurd hasn't touched the field yet. And look what, and what does he say? Oh, he's easily one of our best 6 receivers. And he's probably right. But the reality is that when you always think you're right and no one tells you you're wrong and no one puts you on, Jet needs to spank that boy because he obviously has never had his ass whooped. Shanahan.
His dad doesn't look like that kind of guy. He looks like one of them country guys and beat his butt in a minute when he's a kid.
No. Mike Shanahan's I'm just going to ignore you. That's it. No force for the weekend.
Call your mom.
Give me your MasterCard. I'm just saying in general, Kyle comes off as the kind of guy that has never had his ass whooped. And no one's above an ass whooping. And what I mean by an ass whooping, it can be just an ass whooping of life. Like, oh man, I don't have money for dinner. I gotta eat this Pop-Tart. Oh man, I gotta do this, and he has had a privileged life, and he's never had to work hard for anything. Honestly, if it was me, if I was Jed right now, while Shanahan still has a little bit of credibility left, I would trade Shanahan for 2 number 1 picks, and I would sign Eric Bieniemy. That's what I would do. That's how I would get Shanahan.
But you're talking about it from one spoiled kid to another, though. Jed, you think he didn't grow up sheltered?
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, but see, I think that's part of the problem, though. I think Kyle is too much like Jed. I think those guys.
I think
those guys go to the same frat parties.
They go to the same frat parties. They're only a few years apart in age, They
go to the same frat parties. That's all I gotta say. Pop. Him, and then on the side getting drunk is Mac Jones. My point is, again, Kyle Shanahan is the problem with leadership. Yes.
I really want to. Let's do it tomorrow. I'll be back for the scores and everything. But I want to talk about that thing with the clock. I really that deserves a little more attention. But fam, we'll get tomorrow. Tomorrow, okay?
Yeah. Right. I'm on the fire Shanahan bandwagon right now. That's where I'm at.
He's going to pick up steam this weekend if we lose too.
We need a leader. They need a leader. They need a leader that holds people accountable and takes accountability. That loss is on Shanahan and nobody else. You're a head coach. You can't go to D'Amico Ryan and say, hey, you're not getting there with 4, send 5. 5 to work, send 6. I don't care. He's going down the field anyway, not airing on his ass.
All right, Pop.
Bruise him up.
Hold that thought. All right, we're going to go.
Clothesline. Bite his kneecaps.
Night, Pop. Let's get back. Let's get back to Tony. Tony, come on in, Tony. Tony had to go low tech on us. He's put the headphones back on. I'm sorry, Tony. I don't know what's going on with
that's
our
all
system.
Good. No, I don't know. It's all good. Thanks for taking my call again, though, Ronbo. It's good to talk to you on this Thursday. Yeah. So, how are you doing how you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm trying to relax about this weekend because last week I got too fired up, and it just I lost sleep and things like that. And then we have that dramatic ending. So I'm trying to harden and callous up, get ready for things ahead because this is football season. We're only in week 4. We got a long way to go. You can actually kill yourself between now and January if you don't calm down. So I'm going to try to do that.
Yeah, I think, the truth is the 49ers are a team that were a lot more competitive than what we showcased last week against Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers really just beat us. And, we did struggle in the fourth quarter against the Lions when things all of a sudden didn't go our way. Then we had the second game of the road trip to Philly, who had a really good defense. And all in all, I think that, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to see who the real San Francisco 49ers are, especially this week at home against Seattle. It is a daunting task, even though on paper, the 49ers really have no excuse but to overperform or outperform Seattle because their defense is not what it used to be. But at the same time, you look where Seattle is strong. They have a quarterback, they have 2 wide receivers, and they have a running back who is playing pretty darn well. And our defense was kind of embarrassed last week, unable to key in and stop the 3-headed monster that Green Bay has. So I think 49ers fans are back down to earth after our off season of all of our chest pounding, really thinking that we had what we thought at the time was a Super Bowl roster and a deep defensive line and all of those things. But when the rubber meets the road, the NFL is a lot more competitive than we originally thought it was. And there's enough blame to go all the way around. And there have been it was a distracting offseason with the acquisition of Trey Lance to begin with, and then with the way that the second and third round draft picks kind of worked out or not working out really this year so far. That blame lands at the feet of both Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, and as a previous caller was saying, the team is definitely in need of leadership and someone to step up. And hopefully it'll be a player. I think, Fred Warner and Jimmy Garoppolo are the 2 players who probably are most likely to actually be able to take that step on the field. But all in all, I am worried about the game this week with Seattle. We're going to learn who the San Francisco 49ers are this Sunday. And I'm excited for the game. But, man, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, they ain't messing around,
Especially with our secondary.
Yeah.
Can we possibly stop it? And you hear Nick Bosa's crying about, well, he's chipped me, and I was sort of standing around feeling sorry for myself. I was blown off my chair. But go ahead. God,
he's Nick Bosa's a very interesting in it. He's just kind of like, well, yeah, it was bad. I shouldn't feel sorry for myself. Well, all I can say is we're going to be a lot more prepared for what we're going to see going forward for both Nick Bosa and Dee Ford with those chips. It's been happening in the NFL for years, and we're going to have to just be cognizant of that. And those players are going to have to figure out ways to beat them. The fact of the matter is, this defensive line was put together to be the backbone of the team. And if they can't get pressure, that's what they are supposed to do. Now, Aaron Rodgers had, 2 seconds until he was throwing the ball. Now, the question is, will Russell Wilson, even though his offensive line is terrible, be able to do the exact same thing? And that is my worry. But at the same time, the team is,
Tony,
playing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Before you go further, I want you to amplify on this too. Nick also said, snap, I'm like 15 yards away from the quarterback. I need to work. Nick's going on and on. I'm sitting there thinking, Nick, are you not happy with the defensive setup?
Yeah. I really don't know what to make of that. I mean, Nick Bosa, he's there with his hand in the dirt. The real leader of that defense is Fred Warner, but he needs to pep up. You know what? That's the thing of it is, though, in that Green Bay game, that first drive, he dominated. He really dominated. And it's just that Aaron Rodgers, because he's the quarterback, was able to get rid of the ball more quickly than Nick Bosa was able to rush. And then after that first drive, the Packers were employing the chipping, and that completely took Nick Bosa out of his headspace. So he was still playing pretty solid against the run, but there weren't any more pressures. And, looking... That is now on tape, and every single team is going to be coming after him with that.
Doing that. Yep.
So, He needs to be ready for that. And at the same time, if the secondary is that weak, I mean, the only answer is to start sending more people on blitzes. And I know I was questioning DeMeco Ryans earlier in the season for how he was blitzing, and I'm still concerned about that. But they should just start, if they're concerned about the secondary, they should be sending 5 and 6 a lot more often to try to rush the quarterback, if nothing else. Now, we're about to face Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray. That's the problem here. Where these undersized quarterbacks with good arms that can improvise.
Ability to run, yes.
Yep, and that's the other thing too is Aaron Rodgers was able to beat us because he is physically just a premium quarterback talent, and he is so experienced he can improvise. I want to see similar improvisations from our offense, because if they're going out and they're making off-schedule plays, I want our offense to be going out there to be making off-schedule plays as well. And I think previous caller, too, is just saying Jimmy G calling out Kyle Shanahan a little bit. Kyle needs to open it up. Kyle needs to let his guys have fun. I think I said that week 1, but it really is time that Kyle Shanahan needs to go out there, let George Kittle have fun. Let Deebo Samuel have fun. Let Jimmy Garoppolo go on out there and have some fun. And maybe not being so controlling, because I get the impression Kyle's the kind of head coach who calls his plays. He wants it done exactly the way that it is, and he'll yell at you even if you make a good play, improvising it.
Exactly.
So we need to have fun. That's what it is.
Unfortunately, we're gonna run out of time. You and Pop, we gotta get a 3-way show going on one of these days.
Sounds good. Thanks for taking my call, Ronbo. Aloha.
Well, Tony, appreciate you getting in here too. See you tomorrow. Hopefully, you got
Take
time
care.
for us. All right.
Oh yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Night, Tony. Oh God. But hey, Bubbo said they lost. And the loss is on DeMeco Ryans. D failed with 37 seconds. Thanks, Bubbo, for that contribution. No, I hate to blame him, because like I always say, John say it's not so much the quarterbacks. Kyle has dropped the ball repeatedly by not drafting a competent interior offensive lineman, never mind cornerbacks, And thanks, Jonathan. And, also to that point, I'd like to add that we need to stop the second and third round, the Dante Pettises, the Aaron Banks, the Akello Witherspoons, the Ambry Thomases. They continue to come in the second and third round. And I don't want to say Jalen Hurd, but I'm just saying, we do so well after the fourth round. Fourth, fifth, and sixth round, if we could just say, oh, God. Hey, Naj. I kept hearing from Naj. Naj. Naj is I think Naj is still studying.
Ronbo.
Oh, there he is. I said, Naj be nodding off, waiting. Naj, we haven't talked to you in a long time. How you doing?
Chilling.
Naj, man, we're sitting here wondering what Kyle's his 2 QB system, man. He abandoned project. It looks like, or is Kyle just making everybody not know what's going on? I mean, what is it? What do you think?
I don't know. I think Kyle overthinking himself. Yeah, I think he overthinking himself. Yeah. You need to go ahead and, because the QB system could work for real, especially how he's using it, with his own run and stuff. Trey, he don't always gotta run the ball. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's been wondering about that.
All.
Or even that. Even if you don't want to pass,
even if
you
he's
hand it off.
The ball off.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I think he overthinking himself, or somebody got in their feelings one. So
there's an alternative too. I hadn't thought of. I mean, I don't know who'd be moping around the locker room. I can't imagine Jimmy crying about that, but who would be? George, maybe?
I
don't know.
I don't know.
I can see George joking about it.
It seemed like they would like the run block more. It seemed like the offensive line enjoy Trey because they get the run block more than have some blocking for Jimmy.
Yeah, because they got a hold.
But it might be the receivers because Trey throw a little too hard. And
Ayuk said almost broke my arm, man.
I do receivers.
You're too funny. I hadn't thought about that. You know, I suspect the coaching staff is working on Trey and his adjustment because I don't know. Somebody said that's something that takes a little time to adjust. But you got to know when to pull the string. You got to know when to explode. You got timing. You got to because a lot of times you can float a ball into a situation like Russell Wilson. The dude is the most incredible quarterback. Hawks fans, don't get the wrong idea, but Russell Wilson, his ability to adjust throws, he could throw a teardrop into Tyler Lockett's hands from 30 miles away. He could hit you hard coming across the middle. The dude is amazing.
Yeah. Throw it high to DK. I feel like we're gonna kill Seattle though, because we know if we kill them, that's pretty much they out the picture when it comes to the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but see, Naj, that's why they're gonna be fighting their butt off when they come in. Man, they're gonna be fighting hard.
Yeah, because if we lose to them, it's that NFC West up for grabs again. We gotta, we gotta take somebody out the picture.
I know.
So this time we could take Seattle out the picture.
Yeah, because Rams look serious.
Yeah, the Rams series. I don't believe in the Cardinals yet, but
right. AJ Green, he ain't doing nothing. I was looking for him to be a big force to add to D-Hop. You got AJ Green. I mean, these guys are into their careers a long time, so I guess. But I just thought that was unreal. And then they got that guy. What's that other wide receiver? The young wide receiver they just got a couple of years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah. What, Isabella?
Him too. I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the other guy that they use more often. But they got they got speed. Isabella and DJ. Oh no, not. Oh, what's that? Anyway, they got one more guy that's in the rotation kind of heavily, and then you got D-Hop. When you got D-Hop, you're already putting teams in a serious bind. And we ain't got Jason Verrett this year. Oh, I don't like that matchup. Whoa.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And we need to get somebody by the trade deadline ASAP.
Well, I think we got that screen, and then they got the other guy we picked up. I mean, those guys are. They're not. I don't know. I can't imagine them making a difference.
I'm tired of seeing those small corners on the field.
Come in, okay, right? I mean, they're athletic and they're hard to shake them, but at the point when the ball reaches, you ain't gonna out high point nobody unless you get called for a flag or something. All right. They wait too long to go after these guys, Dodge. It's too late.
They play hard. They all play hard.
Yeah.
They just once that ball in the air, you always see them either holding, grabbing somebody. They don't know how to turn around and locate the ball. I don't know. I'm tired of seeing them. We need something.
I know.
We
And
need
Dante
the long
Johnson.
receivers back.
And Dante Johnson's a
take
big
Dante
dude.
out.
See, but Dodge, there's a big dude. He'd be perfect. Ambry Thomas is 6 foot or so. See, they can't play.
Every time Johnson in the game, he almost calls us the game, though. It's never been a time where he caught an interception here and there, but
Dante?
when he's in the game, he usually You talking about the corner, Dante Johnson?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember when he got an INT. Oh, he did get one INT in 2019. I remember that.
Yeah, last year, one against Seattle.
Yeah.
2019.
No, 2017. When Jimmy first came, he picked off the Ravens. Not the Ravens, but the Jags. And
he got another one. He got another one last year or 2019, I think.
See, Naj, when we can sit back and remember each and every one, that's not good. Naj, good to hear from you, fam. It's a signal season's on. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. Hope you got some time. All right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. Night, fam. Ah, man. Secondary.
Ronbo.
Shabazz, come on in, fam. I was just discussing that we need to trade the 2nd and 3rd round picks to get us a couple extra 4th and 5th round picks.
I know, right? That's what we hit usually in the 5th.
And you can get those too. They'll give them up in a heartbeat, no matter what team it is.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would.
Because we just can't get no goal, fam. I'm telling you, man. Ambry Thomas is a healthy scratch every week. Akello's gone.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Aaron Banks is
he's not even letting these guys
struggling.
He's not even letting these guys play, Ronbo. Like, I'd rather see Ambry Thomas get burnt than Dante Johnson.
Amen to that.
I mean, we don't know what Ambry Thomas can give us. Like,
but we know what Dante can.
Yeah, we know that's 6 all night long, man. Like, oh, man.
They went right to him. Shabazz, they went right to him. Aaron didn't even think about it.
Right.
Okay, I think Dante Johnson's going to be on. I'm coming right to you. Just get ready.
There. I was telling one of the homegirls from the Memphis Empire that was sitting next to me, I'm like, oh, my God. Did you just see what I said? She's like, what? I said, that wasn't Dante Johnson. I said, I'm kind of old. Help me out. She said, yeah, that was. Aaron Rodgers went right back over there the next play. I'm like, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
No hesitation.
And it is what it is.
No hesitation.
So I'm over it, Ronbo. I ain't blaming nobody. Like I said, I just didn't want everybody blaming the defense because the defense was on the field. I understand, like, you see some of the guys, all the rookie quarterbacks are suffering this year, from Wilson to the boy in Chicago to Jacksonville. And here our rookie quarterback got a 2-1 record, and he's only had a couple plays. He don't need that pressure on him,
Yeah.
He don't need that pressure on him because, hey, that's a lot of pressure. And it's still only week 3. I ain't giving up on Jimmy yet. I ain't giving up on him yet, Ronbo, and that's tough for me to say. I know everybody like, oh, Shabazz, what's going on with you? I get angry. I was angry after the game. But listen, for every one game Jimmy lose, he needs to win 3. I figure if he do that, that'll put us at 12-5.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cool with that. So if we can just take care of business, go ahead.
But he was still in that, though. I mean, he came back and did his job, but it was too late. But the thing is, too early, I guess. But the thing is, we need to stay out of that situation, as much as possible. Yeah. Especially with the defense is going to need some help this year. We're going to have to score points. We really are. Yeah, we got to score points. And the biggest thing with these next 2 games, they're division games. And we got to find a way to win these games, Ronbo. We got to win these games. Because the beauty is, if in a perfect world, in a perfect scenario, we beat Seattle and the Cardinals beat the Rams, that'll lock us in a 3-way first place tie. Oh, okay, that'll knock Seattle to the bottom of the division, and then have us turned up for the Arizona game. Right, exactly where they belong, And hopefully that's what happened. I got a parlay this weekend, so I don't want to jinx myself, but I got a 5-game parlay, and I took the Rams over the Cardinals. I took us over the Seahawks. That was a good move. Over the Cardinals. The Cardinals are not going to move on the Rams. I don't know, Ronbo. Listen, I'm looking at the matchups. Look at the matchups. D-Hop is not going to be a factor due to the fact he's got Jalen Ramsey on him. On the other side of the field, they got guys the rest of the defenders can take care of. You got that wild man, Aaron Donald, that seems like he's feeling it this year. Yeah, but you got that little scrappy. I know, boy. Tyler Murray. Boy, he can run, can't he? Ooh, that little scrappy joker, man, he can get out of trouble. So, look, Ronbo, I'm sorry. I'm a Niner fan, but I'm rooting for the Cardinals. I live here in Arizona. I'm not a Cardinal fan. I'd rather the Cardinals be in first place than the little Rams to be in first place. I don't want the Rams winning no more. I just don't see it. But the Rams, if they lose, it's gonna make my day. Fine. Yes. Don't misunderstand me. Okay. And then if we win, like I said, that's a 3-way top of first place in the division. Okay, with first place on the line for the Cardinals-Niners game, which the NFL might flex that game. So we might get another Sunday night game. Okay? The NFL might have to flex that game. Like, wait a minute. We got the Cardinals and Niners playing for first place. I got to check the schedule. Hey, that'll be good, Ronbo. Yeah, you got to check. Well, that's what's on the schedule. Who's playing on Sunday night? No, I mean, who's playing Sunday night that we can flex? You're not wrong. Who? Who just chimed in? What did you say?
I said he's not wrong.
Hey, agreed. I just wonder who's playing Sunday night next week. I mean, week after. Yeah.
So, then we can get flex real quick. And then, we being a flex, only thing about that is I'm going to have to go to work late. So my boss going to have to know that. Well, I'm the manager anyway, so I'm going to just let him know. Yeah. I'm going to be in a little late.
You don't need to ask.
But,
he'll know.
I don't need to ask, Ronbo, but that would be a perfect scenario going into the Cardinals game.
I know.
Because then you got a little bit more juice to say, hey, if we can take this out, we'll be in first place in the NFC West by ourselves.
Hey,
so
do we play AZ? Do we play in AZ or do we play? Is that home?
Yeah, in AZ.
We're in AZ. Yeah, because we got 2 home games back to back.
Yeah,
I know you're gonna be there.
Yeah, I actually traded my manager because they got tickets here. So my manager wants to go. They want to go up to the Cardinals game up at Levi. So I gave them 2 tickets to that game, and they giving me 2 tickets to this game.
All right.
And I got to get my tickets for Chicago. And man, Ronbo, I'm so pumped. I think we can do it. I ain't scared, But this Seattle game, I told y'all to be in Seattle, Ronbo. You're not gonna get a nice Shabazz. I don't care if you're a little kid. I mean, I ain't gonna fight a little kid. But Ronbo, I'm gonna growl at little kids in Seahawks jerseys, man. I'm growling at everybody in the Seahawks jersey when they pass me. I'm putting on Ronbo. Shabazz is gonna put on his Debo/Kimbo slice face.
There you go.
There it is. Well, thanks, Ronbo. Shout out to you.
Thanks, Shabazz.
Shout out to production for doing what you do.
Thanks,
I'm going to check back in for the week over.
Looking forward.
Shout out to my people down in Memphis that sat with me the whole game, man. And we had a good time. And shout out to my boy Lee, always in Southern California. And I'm going to check in with you tomorrow, baby.
All right, fam. Looking forward to that, Shabazz. Have a great evening.
All right, you too.
Night, fam. Hey, Renzo. I haven't seen that name in a long time. Renzo's love my Niners, but I'm ready to see the offense open up a little bit more. Yeah, we look really stiff and conservative. Thanks, Renzo, for that contribution. We'll see. Because, here's the thing. Kyle kind of probably felt the heat about that offense, even from Jimmy and maybe others are thinking, Coach, we're getting to the point everybody knows what we're going to do. We got to change this, all right? Don't get mad, Coach. I'm not just saying. Hey, Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, man, we just looking at this. Kyle had an attitude press conference yesterday. Man, I told y'all, man. Kyle, no, you didn't. That's not what you said in the beginning. You kind of said, and John Lynch backed you up on that you're going to see a lot of Trey Lance this year, and now all of a sudden he's saying you might not. I mean, I don't know, Charles. I mean, what do you think? What do you think's going on? And it could be several different things, other than But what do you think of this situation?
I don't really know. I thought going into this season, because of what we saw in the preseason, I thought we would see a whole lot more of Trey Lance.
Everybody did.
Everybody knows Trey Lance is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't understand why they won't play the guy. I don't. I understand we have a very tough division. I understand that. You don't want to get this guy injured. Hey, but Jimmy Garoppolo is more apt to be injured than Lance. So I don't understand what the issue is.
Charles,
so
during practice, is it possible that Shanahan is seeing things that he wants to adjust, that might be a bigger risk to put him out there now? Because the thing is, there's going to be some pressure situations that your rookie's not going to know. You're seeing that unfold in every city that a rookie quarterback is starting. They're getting blasted because guys, a lot of coaches know what to do with a rookie quarterback. Maybe you can be sidestepping that. I'm in that direction because no matter what the talent level is between these two guys, I don't think that's the factor. So is there anything else?
Yeah. No, I think his experience. I think the X's and O's, the intricate details, what he trying to get Lance to learn, and once he or just be able to see from the sidelines, because it's different. It's different when you in this division, when you go up against the Arizona Cardinals, when you go up against the Rams, you go up against the Seattle Seahawks, like these three teams are the best three teams in the football and the NFL. And so you want to be able to have this rookie look from the sidelines and see how vicious these teams are, how hard it is to beat these teams. But the thing that I would like to see, I would like to see this rookie get in, and because we have a pretty good offensive line. You know what I'm saying? This offensive line has been one of the better ones we've had within the past 3 or 4 years. So let the rookie get in, and he's got a cannon for an arm. You know, we can get the ball down the field. We can make some things happen while he's the
Charles,
quarterback.
Charles,
So
to who are you throwing at downfield? This has been my Big Show and I've been crying about this for like the last 3 years.
Kittle, they won't let him go. They won't let him go do what he needs to do. If they would scheme Kittle open, Kittle will be open. It'll be like Grump.
No, no,
It'll be like
no,
Brady to Grump.
no. If this, we've seen when he schemed open, I don't remember Jimmy ever missing him. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but it's
that deep
different. But
threat
it's
that
different.
can zoom downfield and get a step on the defense enough
But see, we
to be
don't
able to
we don't
catch.
but see we don't know. We don't know because we never do it. We don't know how fast Debo is. We don't
Oh,
know we
I
don't
thought
know
you
if he can
said
burn.
I thought you said George, Debo.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
we know George can, but we don't know if Debo can because he's never put an opportunity to do it.
Well, I
And
think
so
Charles, I think in practice, I'm pretty sure they take a look at that. I
yeah,
mean, I can't
well
imagine them not.
I'm talking about but we don't know it. We don't know it again. They know it, but and
No, yeah,
we've seen clips from practice, and they've done. Yeah, I think Debo and Brandon Ayuk, I think both of them can burn at least half of the corners in the NFL. It's
yeah.
just that Jimmy G doesn't have an arm to get it down that accurate
Well,
and
I'll tell you what,
consistent.
I wish Jimmy G had less arm because every time he throws it downfield, he throws it past the receiver. You know what, though? It has something to do with route and timing. Anthony
Yeah,
AB doesn't have a lot of speed, but he runs certain way that you can always find him. I don't know. Go ahead, continue though.
yeah. So that's what I wish they would have let happen. But I think this reason why they're holding him out, so he can see how tough these teams are. When you can see
Mm,
how tough these teams are from the sidelines, and you can, okay, all right, I got it. What we're starting to see with these other rookie quarterbacks is how tight these defenses are, and these defenses
mm,
they're getting better. I
yeah.
mean, I was watching. I've been watching all these rookies play, and
Mm-hmm.
they're having a tough time processing information. They're used to, especially the Jets QB. So with Lance,
Zach.
but I believe Lance. I believe he will be better than all of them.
Ooh, well,
I believe he's better. He's better than all of them. That's the reason why. Uh, they traded up to get him. I believe he's better. They just don't want to expose him this year. I believe they want to. They probably want another year to go by, and let the Cardinals talent kind of do it all. And
well,
I don't know what their plan is, but I really wish
hard
they
to
would
figure out.
give
We're gonna
give Lance the reins and let him do what he needs to do.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I guess Kyle's saying he's getting better in practice each week. And when he said that, I says, "My God, what do you mean getting better? How much does he have a long way to go?" This is a measure I'm wondering,
Yeah,
and what's Kyle seeing that's freaking him out or scaring him or making him have reservations as to whether he wants to put him out there for a lot of different snaps. Well, we may see that change in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe even see it change this week
yeah.
because the Hawks are meat. But I ain't gonna say nothing because I said it last week. So I tell you what, Charles, I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna see you tomorrow if you got time for us. All right, Charles. Lost Charles. All right, Charles, if you hear me, fam, I'll be looking for you tomorrow. All right.
Okay, all right. Got the
Oh, there
Rumble.
you are. All right, fam. All right.
All right, bye bye.
And hey, Derek. 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 D-E-A. No, it's a D-E-I.
Ronbo.
Derek, I hear you in there now.
Yep. Oh, yeah, man.
Derek,
I keep it on mute, Ronbo. Sometimes I'm playing video games and stuff. I don't want to.
Hope you're winning. No. You
yeah,
gotta
of
be.
Course.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to assume anything else. And Derek, man, we're looking at the Jimmy G, Trey Lance situation, and Kyle is probably pretty much scaring all the media as far as asking him about this. But he did say that, look, guys, that was preseason. He almost broke into Allen Iverson. Dude, preseason. I'm talking about preseason. So I said, Kyle, that's not the way you acted during preseason. You acted like this was going to be a plan for 2021. What's up? And then Kyle got, I didn't tell you guys. You misinterpreted me. So I don't know. Derek, what's going on with the Trey Lance situation? And then Mike Florio has said a few things. Did you hear me earlier when I said Mike Florio says maybe Lance did not do enough to outplay Jimmy during the course of preseason? Maybe the locker room does not, the veterans maybe are not wanting to see more Lance and less Jimmy. I mean, where's your thinking on this?
I think realistically, Kyle thought, I'm pretty sure he didn't think his running back room would go down the way it did.
Ooh, that's a good point. Forgot about that.
And he already knows what his team can do with Jimmy at the helm with a healthy running back. At least one of them. You know what I'm saying? We got
at least
I don't know
one.
who's in there besides Cannon.
People we don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And rookies, like they're not up to speed. Yep. And he didn't even. I mean, he really didn't play until week 3. Really, because when he did come in, he got hurt
immediately.
So, and I think that's something that he alluded to. So did Jimmy in his interview. I can only do what's called. You know what I'm saying? So now it's going to get interesting because those people that don't say he can throw downfield, it may just be an option. It may be the only option. We may have to go downfield now. There are going to be people playing this 5-man front. And, I mean, last week it was 6 in the box at times. So it's like, what are you going to do?
Somebody said it counted 11 one time.
Yeah. Like, are you going to put – if Lance is going to be, if he's going to be rushed in, or are you going to let Jimmy throw the ball downfield? Because I like you said, Ronbo, I think it's just something they don't practice. Because it's like not only does Jimmy he's not used to being thrown downfield, then the receivers also aren't getting practice with it being thrown downfield, right?
Right.
Like if you're not practicing it, it goes both ways, the receiver and the quarterback.
That's right.
So I think that they need to get in sync. Yeah, I mean, look at the pass that got scooped up by George Kittle. He didn't even turn around. He didn't look for the ball or anything. I guess he thought it was going to fall in his lap, but the guy was right in front of him. And I need to see our receivers like Debo does it. Sanu will do it, but I need to see the hand fighting. It's a problem when it comes to us when our quarterback throws it downfield and it gets picked. But I don't see people it's like other quarterbacks throughout the league. You see these diving catches and people going out and helping their quarterback. I need to see that from our team too.
And it's a speed thing too, Derek. I'm worried about because there's certain receivers that would have ran up and would have actually caught up with that.
I agree.
We need
George. I don't know why he isn't sending IU. When IU
that's what I said.
He can do this.
I'm not
and
that's
sure
why I was crying about the draft. And I'm not mad about picking up Javon Kinlaw, but I wanted Henry Ruggs. I just want somebody who, when you go long, you can let that ball fly. He doesn't have to pinpoint, smart bomb it just 2 inches past the defender. No, give me somebody who can run underneath that thing. So,
Exactly. And I'm not really – I think that the Debo thing with him running downfield, I may have spoke with you. No, it wasn't with you. It was a guy at work. But Debo, I think the reason they're not using him downfield is just like the other players that they draft, Debo has injury history. And where is it at, Rombo? In his what? In his leg.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
You get him sprinting
how many times you going to
downfield.
send Debo downfield? Yeah, exactly. So it's like – and then Kyle Shanahan, he's kind of frustrating because he's not using the guys that have proven, like Sherfield. Where was he at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't use your personnel, Kyle.
And I
don't understand.
And if he does pull up lame, okay, you're not dead in the water. You still got Ayuk.
Yeah.
So yes.
Exactly. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. It's going to get interesting. But Kyle, I think he's scared to move off of Jimmy as well because that's the only time he's won. Now, if he moves off of Jimmy and Lance thinks, where do you think he's going to go? You know, it's just interesting because Kyle hasn't had the best draft either. He has to do a better draft.
Oh, that's a whole program right there, Derek. We could spend a whole hour on that.
I know, Ronbo.
Man,
but,
but we do.
Are
good,
you coming
we get
back
some
tomorrow
good players.
for predictions?
Yeah, I'm coming back tomorrow.
Yeah,
we do get good players, but we always get great linebackers, right? You got Dre Greenlaw and you got Fred Warner on the team. Okay, thank you. Now we're just ridiculously talented at that position, you know. Offensive line, I don't know. I guess we're okay.
He got lucky getting the guys he got, to be honest. Because, I mean, he didn't draft any of these guys. McGlinchey, he's the only one. Which he is having a quiet season, too. Yes, he is. I want to give him a shout-out because I haven't heard anything. He's not getting beat all the time, so it's nice. We aren't playing too good of teams, but Eagles was a good test for him. But it's just like if you knew the cornerback was such a position of need, for example, like K'Wan Williams goes out for a couple games. We had Sherman, Verrett. Sherman played, he was out for 9 games last year, something like that. I mean, so what are they looking at? You don't want to go get somebody who can play the slot and on the outside?
You're just going to depend on Verrett not going down. We have one guy, and then you go get a guy like Ambry Thomas didn't even play last year, right? I saw his. You know what I got to tell you, though,
opened up hurt.
You know, I did see Ambry Thomas highlights. He's not bad. I don't know what his problem is now. Is he that rusty? He's a young man. How are you so rusty you can't get in no kind of shape? Oh, this always happens with cornerbacks usually, though, except for guys like Asante, who we should have got.
Yeah, that's what I just don't understand. What are you looking at? Are you going to go get the talent guy or what? You know, I don't know. It's a little scary at times, but I think we still got a shot. I think Thurman, I do have faith in that guy. I think he just needs to get up to speed. We'll see.
Maybe this
we'll
week.
See, Ronbo.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Derek.
Keep this red and gold train rolling, Ronbo, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, fam. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
Derek.
Later.
Oh, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Dude, man, well, you know, I hope we don't have to get into this. Remember in 2019, we were always just partying every time we got together, right? And then last year, we were in here crying. We could have had, if there was any water shortages around the world, we could have just shipped a bunch of us over there. We'd have had things right. I mean, they'd had plants growing everywhere, right? So, you know, I don't want to see us go through that this year. And here we are. We lost one, and we lost it in stupid fashion. So here we are, you know. I mean...
Hey, listen. So I want everyone to realize that there was a video of that game of everybody on the sideline cheering except for Jimmy. Jimmy was the only one shaking his head like there's too much time on the clock. Like you can see him like shaking his head from side to side.
Wait, Jimmy?
And everyone else is cheering, throwing a 3. Yeah, Jimmy, because he knew. He knew there was too much time on the clock for Aaron Rodgers to work with. Now that I've kind of watched the game over and over, I see that now. I see that. I'm like, okay, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, they work too fast. Aaron Rodgers is notorious for doing a no-huddle and rushing plays. He's notorious for doing I mean, that's how he won his first Super Bowl. That's how he did it, in that same fashion. But I want to counter, not counter, but kind of like go off of what John was saying. Not John, Charles. He said that you guys don't know who to throw downfield. Trent Sherfield. Sherfield loves running deep ball. He's perfect. Him and Trey Lance have the best chemistry. Honestly, Trey Lance and Jimmy all have a good chemistry together. You can literally plug them in with any QB from that starting 2, and it'll work out wonders for him. You know, George Kittle says it himself. I prefer blocking to catching because he knows that's less work for him.
George is special.
That's less work for him. If you think about it, it's easier
George
on
loves it.
Yeah, and then, we can utilize Juice. The man is, 5'6", just straight pure muscle. The man can run through people.
Juice is taller than that. But I know what you're saying. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we have good players. We have the tools. It's just Kyle needs to know how to plug them in with each other to get it moving. Do I think we should play Trey Lance? Oh, yeah, play Trey Lance a couple of plays and throw in Jimmy G. throw off the defense. That's the whole point. That's what I thought this whole, 2 QB system was. I'm pretty sure everyone did. The whole NFL did.
That's the way he made it. That's the way he made it sound in preseason.
Exactly. And that's what made it so promising. And now that the way he's running him and playing him, I mean, come on. You're going to put Trey Lance in, give the impression that he's going to throw the ball, and instead you're going to make him run, 5 yards, put Jimmy G and the whole team on Jimmy G's back and have him, take the whole team out for a quick stroll down the field and then make Trey Lance just run it in because Jimmy's bad at the one? Come on.
I know. In fact, I don't know. Jimmy passed for a touchdown in that. Here's the thing. I wonder about that, though. You run all the way down to the 1 yard line or the 5 yard line and bring Trey in. I think they could probably run that in or sneak in, right? We've already seen that. I think he does that just for Trey to get experience sometimes. Because otherwise, there's plays you could have made downfield a little earlier that you could have utilized Trey in as well. I mean, unless he knows something about Trey that we don't know about, that maybe Trey has some jitter or fear or something that, I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. Why wait till the 1 yard line around the goal line? I mean, I understand it, but I mean, use him in another way as well.
The best experience you can get in that kind of level is sink or swim. Let him hold his hands to the fire. Everyone else is doing it. Let him do it.
Well,
Let him cut his teeth,
Yeah, Shanahan we can't afford to do that right now, which is very, very bad. We cannot risk any bad plays. And we get him anyway, but still, you don't want to. If Kyle knows he's going to sink, he's not going to put him out there. He's only going to put him in situations where he knows he's going to succeed for now.
Well, here's some news articles that resurfaced that I spoke about. I had trouble finding it. Mike Garoppolo said that there's a reason why Trey Lance is sitting on the bench for an undisclosed reason. And he says, but he has a source inside the facility that told him the reason why he's on the bench and it's going to piss a lot of people off is because Kyle Shanahan wanted Mac Jones and everyone else, including John Lynch, wanted Trey Lance, and they overruled Kyle Shanahan. And they think he's sitting him down out of spite because of that.
I like it though. So, it's real. It's locker room drama.
It's not just Trey Lance too. It's Aaron Banks. Notice how we haven't heard anything about Aaron Banks. The 2 top prospects.
Nothing but bad things.
John Lynch choked. Yeah. So it's like there might be some division in that locker room that no one's talking about, and everyone's afraid to talk about. Like I said before, Jimmy Ward said when the whole Jim Harbaugh drama with Trent Baalke was going on, he said, I didn't leak it. No one else leaked it. So obviously someone from the office. I mean, it's happening all over again. What way to build up tension and, media than to cause tension in the locker room for a team that has potential?
Maybe. Over draft picks, every year we always say, I wonder if they both signed off on drafted whatever, this player, And I don't know. I can't imagine on that. Anyway.
Well, another thing I want to bring up too is
I
want to side with Shabazz on this one. Shabazz is right on that three-way tie in our division. But I see it as this. Cardinals are going to dominate the Rams just off of pure defense. You got Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt. Those are 2 MVP big Pro Bowler threats that no one really expects on the same side.
I like it. I wish for it.
Yeah, outside
because everybody's called Matt Stafford this enormous, bigger than life. Come on, man. He started off the game just like Jimmy did the other day. He's out there throwing raggedy passes and everything else, and all of a sudden they caught fire because they've got Cooper Kupp out there who's always open. I said, you know what, you guys. Man, Stafford is okay. I want to see him play somebody else. Let's see what happens. And you're right. This week.
I'll leave you with this. A good wide receiver makes the QB look good. Point blank.
Always.
Aaron Rodgers is a prime example of that.
Always. That's the way it's always been. That's the way it's always going to be. 2 years ago, remember Tom Brady 2019? He looked like ass. And that's why that was last year. Because there was no wide receiver. You got Nikhil Harry out there messing up, and you got a couple other no-names, right? That's the way it works. So we're going to see. Steve, let me see you tomorrow, fam. And bring that score.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Have a great night. Yo, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, we're sitting here we're trying to figure out why what's Kyle doing with the 2 QB situation and getting mad at people for asking him about it. I kind of found it hilarious. His jaws are getting tighter every week, and I'd be scared to ask him, but people do. But Jay, your feeling on what is going on with Kyle, Jimmy, and Trey and the 2 QB dance that is not really happening?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he don't want to make no executive decision. I know he probably wants Trey Lance to start, but I think he don't want to.
Executive. Anything that goes on that
I
field,
know.
it goes through Kyle.
I don't think he want to exactly, but I'm saying I don't think he wants to make the executive decision to put Kyle. I don't see. This is. He got to understand. He's the head coach, so he needs to make the decision best for the team. If Jimmy is best for the team, make that decision. If Trey Lance is best for the team, make that decision. You know, I think he gets so stubborn in his own way that he gets in his own way where he won't make a decision on something. So he just stick what he knows and he'll stick with Jimmy. But the whole reason why we got Trey Lance is because our division got better. It got better.
That's every year.
And we are
That's every year, though. Every team works to get better, and they do. Well, the Hawks
I know,
are getting
but
a little old.
Saying, yeah, but I'm saying our division is the best division in football. And they got, because we were whooping on the Rams. They got better. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, he needs to understand that he got to make a decision. And that's what hurted us in the Super Bowl. He didn't make no decision as far as putting our foot on the Chiefs' necks and suffocating them. He didn't do that. He just, I don't know. And it's very frustrating because I like Kyle as our head coach, but sometimes he's going to have to make them big decisions. He has to. You know what I'm saying? He can't rely on John Lynch to make them big decisions. He has to make them big decisions himself. And I feel like
Jay,
he don't want to piss off the team.
There's a chain of command, though. He can't just okay, you know what? Probably they discuss everything and they come to a mutual conclusion. I mean, you can't just Kyle is actually in charge, but they're going to discuss things because Kyle does have people in his ear that he trusts.
But it goes through Kyle as far as making who starts, who plays, how many snaps does George Kittle get, how many. That's through Kyle. You're right. So that they don't discuss that. I'm talking about if they're cutting players or signing players, then of course he's going to have to go through John Lynch. But as the head coach of the football team, he has to make decision on who's going to be playing. He like the game, Brandon Ayuk didn't even touch the ball in the first 2 games. You know what I'm saying? So he made that decision. You know what I'm saying? He made that decision for Brandon Ayuk to catch putts. You know what I'm saying? So he's the head coach. So he's got it.
Jay, also though, you got to keep in mind if you're practicing all week with Kyle, he's not going to put you in the game unless he saw something during the week that he liked as they're going over the game plan, right? So I'm figuring he's worked hard, as John Lynch has said lately. He didn't say I give up, screw this. He's been busting butt, and he's getting more snaps. They're reducing short field snaps, which I'm not sure if that's, but Ayuk did come around. He looked a little better this week in this last game.
Right, but I'm just saying, but he made that decision. He could have been like, okay, I'm putting Brandon Ayuk in the game, depending on he could have bad practice. I'm still putting him in the game and let him get reps.
Well,
but he made that decision not to. That's what I'm saying. He's the head coach. He makes the decision, and he needs to just start making decisions, regardless of who likes it or not, don't want Trey Lance to start or who doesn't. This is what we're going with, and they're going to do their job. Yeah. You telling me George Kittle ain't going to go out there and catch passes for Trey Lance? No, he's going to. That's his job. He's going to go out there. He's going to play football. That's what I'm saying. So he got to understand. He got to make big boy decisions, and that's what hurts our team because he don't want to make them decisions, and we're
okay. So Jay, so just to round this up, we can conclude that you believe that Shanahan is holding Trey back for, I'm not sure about the reason, but you think he's just holding him back, and that's something he'd rather do?
I think he's more of what the team thinks. I think he's more over collective. He's not going to just say, like Coach Belichick. Coach Belichick going to say, this person is on my team and this person is playing, and you don't like it, there's the door. But Kyle don't think like that. Kyle thinks, I'm going to have a whole – it's a whole team effort. Yeah. He's going to make sure everybody's on the same page as far as who's going to as far as Jimmy or Trey Lance. And he knows a lot of people love Jimmy Garoppolo, so he feel like he don't want to lose the locker room. I don't know. We're not there. We're not.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it could be. So, So we'll. But anyway, we're going to run out of time, and come back tomorrow. There's going to be more news to maybe clarify or even put more backboard behind your feeling on that. We'll see. All right.
Yes, sir, Ronbo. Thank you, brother. You have a good night.
All right, fam. You too. It's Jay and D-Flow.
What up, Ronbo?
Hey, D-Flow. Yeah, we're sitting here wondering how Shanahan sort of looks like he's reneging on his I'm going to have a 2-quarterback system this year. Well, do you think it could work? Well, John Lynch came in and said something, but Shanahan has been very elusive this year in his conversations with the media. G-Flow, what's going on with that was preseason, guys? I mean, I don't know, you guys misunderstood me or what? What's going on with this situation?
Now, the last caller nailed it too. You said one of my talking points too is that he does not know how to make executive decisions. For instance, I have a feeling this might be Shanahan's last year because ever since Shanahan and John Lynch got to the 49ers, the main thing was leaking sources. It was quiet. There was no leaked sources, and all of a sudden there's a leaked source saying that Tom Brady wanted to go to the 49ers. But Kyle Shanahan couldn't make the executive decision, and he had to talk to his personnel, and they had to go over tapes. And also I think too, he doesn't really know how to get the players he wants because my assumption is for the first 3 rounds, Kyle Shanahan picks who he wants. And that's probably why we hit in the 4th, 5th round because that's when the brain trust comes in because Shanahan probably thinks he's right. And remember he said he wanted a trade up to get Pettis. He said he wanted Pettis. He wanted the running back out of Utah. He wanted all kinds of players, but they never panned out. Only the middle round. So
I've already said get rid of round 2 and 3 and trade for 4th, 5th, and 6th. So
Yep. Is that because Kyle Shanahan thinks that he knows what he's doing? Because,
could be. I mean, we just get our best picks seemingly out of the later rounds.
Because in the mid-later rounds, that's probably Shanahan probably leaves it up to the brain trust, all the scouting report, right? You know what? Let's see what you guys pick. And I'm pretty sure they're the ones that have been hitting, not Shanahan. And also, too, almost 100% sure that Kyle Shanahan does not know how to develop a quarterback. He has never developed a quarterback. He passed up when we needed a quarterback on Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. All right? We have a good quarterback right now
You need to give him action. He said we need to work him in. He's too good for not to sit the bench, but he's sitting the bench. And as of Jimmy Garoppolo kind of threw him under the bus during the press report. He said he calls the plays that are given to him. It's not that he doesn't throw the ball deep or he's not throwing it sideline to sideline. It's that he even said it. Jimmy even said it.
I've been telling people that for the last 2 years. Everybody blames Jimmy for everything that goes on the field. Y'all better know. That's Shanahan calling them plays. And if you start doing things like what he didn't tell you to do, he'll find you, there's a seat, have it. You know, I've always known that.
And also, too, is what he says does not make any sense. He says Trent Sherfield has been looking good. All right, if he's been looking good, how come he's never been in the offense this whole 3 weeks?
No.
Simple as that. Like this guy has never been proven in professionally. No, in the real season, Trent Sherfield can play. But in preseason, he looked good. But this is preseason, like you were saying earlier. Yeah. We ain't talking about season. We talking about preseason. And we all seen what IU can do during the season. So like, what are you doing? And right now, it's not looking too good because now I probably know why Kittle doesn't go out because he gets hurt. That's probably why he stays in a block so he can go out longer because he's out with the calf.
I know. Has he ever got hurt blocking?
And it's like,
maybe, George.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think it was blocking because if you think about it, he did 95 yards hard receiving yards. Right? Usually he always gets hurt when he's actually
running down the field.
In the offense.
With the ball, yeah.
Running out. That's when he normally gets hurt. And also too is Kyle Shanahan. Jimmy's been in the league in the 49ers for 4.5 years, give or take, with the 49ers.
For 2 years
and
off.
Still not telling the quarterback coach that you got to throw into it. It's like telling a baseball pitcher, coach, throw all arm. Don't use your hips or your legs to drive it. How the reason why he doesn't throw deep because they're not teaching Jimmy the basic proper technique. When you throw it, you got to step into it. You can't throw just, hey, I'm gonna just flick it because if you flick it, you're gonna have no zip and you're gonna get like Alexander, who wasn't even who wasn't even covering him, came out of nowhere because the ball just floats in the air and you're gonna pick it off. And Shanahan also too. Shanahan, have you seen? You know how they say any running back can run in the system? Where has it been for the past 3 weeks? Where has it been?
Trey is
supposed
Elijah Mitchell. Give Elijah some love though, and also don't remember JaMychal Hasty. They were looking good. I thought we had a 1-2 punch.
Yes, but don't forget he drafted Trey Sermon because he thought Trey Sermon was going to fit that bill. So that's on him.
I think they wanted a big guy, D-Flo. I think they wanted a bigger, durable guy. Look at that moose they just brought in here named Jock.
But check it out.
Yeah, that dude, I want to see him play this weekend.
But why invest a third-round draft pick? Why invest a third-round draft pick where basically we all need a corners?
Yeah, I know, right?
We need a corner.
Got me there. I got
why
nothing
invest
to say to
in
that?
We're basically Matt Breida. He's undrafted, correct?
Yeah.
We got Raheem Mostert, undrafted, correct? JaMychal Hasty, undrafted, right? So why not?
Elijah Mitchell,
so
round 5.
Why do we need to do a third-round pick? Yep. So why do we need a third-round draft pick? And his offense is suspect right now. Like
they watch this program because remember every year we have people, not you and me, but you have people talking about what we need to do is draft a running back in round 1. I was guilty of it one year because I wanted MC. You know, and I wanted McCaffrey. I had no shame about it. Also, the Bay Area boy that just went over to the Bay Area boy that just went over to the Steelers. I wanted him. You know.
But you got to understand. But you're supposed to drop only a first-round running back.
I know.
Not no third-round running back.
Well, yeah.
So
otherwise, wait.
Whenever you drop the running back, you either drop them in the first round because you know they're going to be stars automatically.
Or the 4th, 5th, or 6th.
Right? Or you drop them in the 5th, 6th, 7th round or undrafted. And also, too, what's up with supposedly the so-called genius of Kyle Shanahan? Have you seen any? Ooh, that was a nice play this year.
Not in a while.
Have you seen any of those?
It
was during playoffs. So
we got to stop. I like that point though. Bring that back tomorrow, will you? We'll be back tomorrow for your score on this game. All right. That's a good point.
Yes, sir. I'll try if I'm not busy because right now I'm getting ready for my son's party.
All right, fam. If you can't, we'll be looking for you if you can get in here, though. All right. Have a good night.
All right, sounds good. All right, Ronbo.
Hey, yeah, we've not seen any of them plays yet. All right. Hey, yo, Edmund.
What's going on?
Edmund?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit. You got to. It's a very strange sound, though.
Okay, hold on.
If you use a Bluetooth or anything like that, it won't work. Yeah, you got.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's pretty good right there. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if you've been listening or not, but the conversation's been about Kyle Shanahan. People, man, I'm telling you, I don't know what y'all tripping on, man. I didn't say nothing about no going back and forth with my quarterbacks. I said, Kyle's now he's going the other direction with the conversation. But Kyle's he sets himself up to get jammed. Kyle's gonna get jammed up. If we lose, it's gonna be bad. They're gonna be all over him. But Edmund, what's going on with the dual quarterback system?
Well, look, man, Ronbo, the one thing you're gonna know about me is I'm a logical guy.
Okay.
So after the Raiders game, somebody asked Kyle about it. They said, "Are we gonna see this during the regular season?" He said, "Probably not."
I heard that.
I mean,
he said that today.
He's not.
Or yesterday.
I mean, that is what he said. He said it. I listened to the press conference myself way back when because I thought that he might do it. But the reality is, I've learned that, especially on social media, people don't live in reality, right? So when somebody loses, we want somebody to blame and we want an alternative to what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, the reality is Jimmy Garoppolo's the starter, and nobody wants to hear that. But Kyle is being very consistent with that theme, and he was for the entire offseason. In December 2020, at the end of the season, they asked him, "Who do you think will be your starter?" He said, "Right now, I think it's going to be Jimmy G." He carried that theme even through the draft. After he drafted Trey Lance, everybody's like, "Oh, Trey's going to beat him out." Then Trey starts making plays, right? "Oh, he's got a great deep ball. He's mobile. He's this, he's that." He never wavered, okay? He never wavered. Then he goes into the regular season. Guess what? It's like you said, Ronbo. He's only going to play Trey when he feels that he will succeed. And the one thing I keep trying to tell people, and I've been saying this the whole offseason, what's going on with the rookies, it's not a surprise to me, but rookies in the playoffs are 8-22 all time. Do you really think Shanahan doesn't know that? And then, Ronbo, I even went back and looked at comparable teams to our team, running game, defense, weapons on the outside. The best example is Lamar Jackson when he won his MVP year, right? 13 straight wins, right? Goes into the playoffs. But he's rusty, and he's a rookie, basically. It was his first full year starting. What happens? 3 turnovers. They lose the game to a Titans team that, let's be honest, wasn't even all that great. But the playoffs are different.
Yes.
And Shanahan knows it. That's why Jimmy's the starter. And as long as they're winning, he will always be the starter. And I just mean in 2021. I'm not talking about next year or anything like that. I'm just talking about this year. I understand why he's doing what he's doing. Now, I'm not telling you Trey won't get some time, but right now, the sky is falling all over Twitter over us losing with 37 seconds to go.
I
know. We should be 3-0 right now.
I know. You know, it's okay. And apply some of that logic to this, okay? Because I'm struggling with this. I don't argue with people about this, but you've got X amount of seconds. The clock, the game clock. We should have not game clock, but the down clock. We should have waited. I'm thinking we're behind. Get in the end zone and take the lead. But everybody, the hindsight is coming in now. So they counted that clock down and made the play. There's no guarantee that play was going to work. We were hoping it would, and you're going to try, but you're not going to sit there and count the clock. I mean, I wouldn't. What do you think?
Here's the thing that people continue to forget. Jimmy referenced it in his presser. He said, "We had the defense on their heels." That's the whole thing. See, when you got momentum, you don't say with momentum, "Okay, let's wait." No, you take that momentum and you keep going.
Get
and
your
that's
ass
what they
in
did.
the
They
end zone.
took the
Right.
score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even Juice got nailed. I guess Juice is walking up down the street. Juice, why did you fall on the first 1 yard line and we could have won the game? Juice was like, what?
Exactly.
What? I mean, we're behind. We're not protecting a lead. Otherwise, I would have been out there dancing and doing all kind of things, running around. Oop, miss me. Whoop, yay. But that's not the case.
Right.
We got to score.
Everybody thinks they know. Everybody thinks in their situation they would have done the right thing. And I can tell you, as someone who's played sports, it's not always that simple. Like, whenever we lose a game, it's play caller. Whenever we win a game, it's Shanahan's the greatest. That's why he's our coach, right? So there's no balance, right? So with this game, I'm looking at it in a lot of different ways. I don't blame one side or the other. However, I will say, if you got 37 seconds left and a guy needs to go 50 or 60 yards, that is on you to stop that team. Now, Shanahan said they called two-man and they were supposed to have inside technique, the corners. That's all fine and good, but this was my one problem with the Packers game. Adams had 18 targets. Everybody else on the Packers had no more than 4. At what point do you as a defensive coordinator say, we can't let, say, top 3 receivers beat us? 18 targets. When he went back to throw, guess whoever he was throwing?
Right, exactly, to the same guy. Same guy all day. Oh.
It ain't rocket science.
But
again,
they learned.
I try to be balanced. I'm not gonna like. It's his first year, right? So I'm not gonna beat him up too much. I can't really because it's his first year, right? So I'm past the Green Bay game.
Here's the thing.
I'm not.
If I had I got Verrett and Sherman out there. Okay, I'm not going to make a lot of adjustments. I'm going to let them handle it, all right? But you don't. You got a bunch of guys out there that are questionable. They're suspect. And if you leave one of the league's top wide receivers unchallenged or don't figure out something else to do, he's going to smoke them. And he did. Okay, you know what? I said I'm not going to blame D'Amico. He learned. There was a teachable moment. We're okay. Evan, I'll be back tomorrow. If you got time for us.
All right, Ronbo.
Great to hear from you.
Okay. Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ellis.
No.
Ellis, we're sitting up here trying to. You know what? We're never going to get over a loss. Every time we lose, the subject matter tonight was supposed to be about the situation going on with the quarterbacks and why are we not seeing more of a back and forth. And then all of a sudden we're going back to the game and why we lost. So anyway, Ellis, it's fair. You go ahead and go whatever direction you want to. You can touch upon the dual QB thing and go ahead.
Man, the dual QB thing, I don't want it if it's going to be like Drew Brees and Taysom Hill. I'd rather Trey sit on the damn bench and learn and soak up game and get hungry, get the experience visually in the NFL and what it looks like and how to run the offense and just be studious if that's what the hell Kyle is trying to do. Because basically with all the plays he's been running, that's all the hell that it's looking like to me. And it's kind of irritating, because, Trey's got more to offer than that. Jimmy turned it around in that second half. It's him. And we know what Jimmy does and what he has these little streaky moments and sometimes he gets real hot. And I think where we went wrong is, Look at what Aaron Rodgers and them were doing. He didn't get sacked. I anticipated us smashing him, but that was because he was doing 2.5 to 3-step drops almost the whole damn game, other than like maybe 5 plays where he actually did a 4 or more step drop, a 5 or more. The whole game he was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Kyle got beat by, with his own offense, pretty much.
Basically.
That he utilized with Jimmy. You know what I mean? And that's really what happened. And D'Amico, I don't know how, it was able to happen like that. But yeah, man, we've all been pretty much scolding D'Amico for, not making adjustments or preparing to make those adjustments. You have to throw the offense off. You got to make them think that you're doing this. Oh yeah, we know what D'Amico's going to do. Yeah, y'all know what I'm going to do, right? Hell no, y'all don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it look like this, but I'm going to switch it up to that. Just like Salah was doing. He was a lot of disguise coverages and defenses and switch things up, move it around, just like other teams tend to do to us sometimes. I mean, Jimmy was saying that we're seeing different fronts. They're throwing different fronts of stuff at us, stuff that we're not used to. Yeah. I believe I remember him saying that. So if offensively Kyle is not preparing Jimmy in the offense to be able to counter that, then we're at a disadvantage already. So a lot of stuff has to do with our coaching and being able to prepare our guys so that there can be the proper execution. And I heard Jimmy saying something about, hey man, I'm just doing what the hell I'm told kind of thing.
Yep.
I'm going with what the play that's called. I'm doing what it is that I'm told. So, there are some things that do fall on him. But again, who's the one that's sending him into plays? He's not audible. He's not doing audibles the whole damn time and, doing his own thing. He's not just you know what I mean? It's not all in his hands solely. So it's kind of like, it's putting him at a disadvantage in our offense at the end of the day, to where our team isn't able to, be as effective as we are realistically that we are. I mean,
Ellis, I just want to add to that. Here's the thing. That's why Tom Brady was never going to come in San Francisco. Can you see
it's
Brady
because of Kyle
and Shanahan? That would work for one.
Shit, they be fighting. Yeah,
New York minute.
Brady will probably be punching. Yeah, Brady will probably be punching Kyle in the face. That's what would be happening.
Because the thing is,
Brady's it'd be the first time in NFL history a player and a coach got into a squabble.
Exactly, because he would have told Aaron. I mean, Bruce Arians. He said, "Okay, here's what I'm going to need. Blah 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 blah. Get Gronk in here. Get AB in here. Get this guy. Get this guy. This guy. And don't worry about the offense. I'll handle that." And Aaron just said, "Fine."
Yes, sir, Mr. Brady. Yes, sir, Mr. Brady.
Yeah. No, that's not going to work with Kyle.
Yeah, no, it's all egotistical, and those are things that work against us as a team. Once Kyle can get out his own fucking way, I think we're going to start doing better. It does have some execution of the players, Ronbo, but it's a double-edged sword, and it's just two sides of the coin. And we need Kyle to step it up. We need Michael McDaniels to start creating some better plays. I know he's, the run game coordinator, and we don't have Mike LaFleur anymore. That doesn't mean anything. Start incorporating those plays in that offense that in there. Deviate from the run game a little bit more, and let's start passing the damn ball a little more. Stop going to the same players all the time. We have so much weaponry on our team. It looks like Kyle Juszczyk, anytime he's in the game, he looks like he's almost open all the time. If he's not blocking, he's totally wide open. Whether it's 7, 10, or more yards down the field, he's got nobody around him. On that interception to George Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk was wide open, like 10 yards, 7 to 10 yards up the field with nobody around. Jimmy, if Jimmy could have dumped it to him, we would have got the first down. That would have kept the possession, and we would have probably scored on that play. I'm just only saying that Kyle should be letting Jimmy know, watch out for Juice being wide open if nobody comes open, or if our guys are covered and it looks a little bit kind of shaky. Look out for this, that. That's what my coach used to tell me, and I'd have several options when we used to run a lot of different pass plays, and I would do rollouts, and I'm just saying there was always a running back or somebody that was open and running an emergency
there
emergency
are times
route.
When you got to leave the script. You do. Hey, Ellis, we got to go. I'm going to tell you what, I look for you tomorrow as we get ready to. I'm bringing all the bad information about the Hawks in, and we'll talk about it and get ready for this.
Yeah. This is a big game this week, man. I'm more actually concerned about this than I would have been had Green Bay been looking on fire. Y'all know what time it is when we play these Seagulls. So, just get ready. But peace and love, brother Ronbo. Thank you for the platform, man.
Thank you, Ellis.
And let's spread that ball around, man. We got to spread the ball around. We got too many damn weapons, to not be, throwing these teams off. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the Niner faithful again, man. And, ladies and gentlemen out there, man, y'all peace and love.
Thanks, Ellis. Give the rest of the squad, too. All right, fam. Night.
Oh, yeah, my daughter did a song. Amaya, she did a song. She said she made a 49er song. I'm going to try to get her to get some courage so she can sing it to you maybe the next time.
All right.
When we're on. She'll be
forward
here
to that.
tomorrow, too. So hopefully
Okay.
we'll be able to catch you before.
All
okay,
right.
family.
All right.
Peace and
Night,
love.
Ellis. All right. And Jonathan says, we need changes in the draft room. And by the way, if there are leaks, they're coming from Jed and Parag. They did the same when Balky was GM. Jonathan, you remember Lynch already tested Jed. So I think Jed be afraid to do that. Remember when he first came, he put a test to Jed. He says Jed passed the test by not leaking. So maybe, I don't know. I don't think we have any leaks. I think this is all media-driven stuff because that's what the media does. Eric.
What's up, Ronbo?
Eric, as you know, we're sitting here. Actually, Edmund actually shot this down. I do remember after the Raiders game, Kyle did say when he was asked, so is this going to be something you're going to do all season? Kyle said probably not. So I think everybody interpreted what they wanted it to be, not necessarily what Kyle said it was going to be. And that's where we are now with people calling Kyle out on the dual quarterback system. But Eric, what is your feeling on this?
Well, I came in here and I was thinking I was going to say something controversial about Kyle, and it seems like everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I think we need to start questioning him. I'm not going to lie. I think you could agree with me on this. Do you believe that, in a way, that Kyle Shanahan limits Jimmy Garoppolo and not the other way around?
No, I said that last year. I said, Jimmy's doing what he's told to do. I've always said when Jimmy came in 2017, Jimmy was out there rolling around. He's doing all kind of things. And then all of a sudden, the next year came. He's regressed. I said, no, he's not. He's trying to learn Shanahan's offense. The same guy. He didn't regress in a few weeks or a few months before the season started. So, yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and wouldn't you say, Ronbo, that instead of everyone says that Jimmy Garoppolo can't throw deep or throw outside the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think that instead of completely taking it out of the offense, that it would be better to have the potential of Jimmy Garoppolo doing it instead of being predictable like we are right now?
Yeah, because they already talked about that. They know what we're going to do, and they set the defense to counter. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I think it's Kyle Shanahan is the one that limits Jimmy Garoppolo, but it's not really Kyle like the one doing it. It's his vision of what this offense is supposed to be. If you actually think about it, everyone says, "Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo can't throw past 15 yards." Well, I'm gonna give you 3 names, and you're gonna tell me, Ronbo, what they all have in common: George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and Deebo Samuel. What do they all have in common?
You catch a lot of passes.
Yards after the catch, right?
Yeah. Oh, yak. And they built this team like that on purpose.
Yeah.
You're right. I see where you're going with this now. They built a team like that on purpose by getting rid of Dante Pettis and got a bunch of tough guys. You're right.
Exactly. So this offense is meant to have short passes, get the ball into your playmakers' hands really quickly, and they do the rest. So the fact that everyone says that Jimmy Garoppolo can't do this and they can't do that, but the offense is short passes, get the ball out quick.
Yeah.
It's literally designed to be what Jimmy Garoppolo is doing now, and for some reason everyone says it limits him. And also everyone says that if Trey came in, it would open up the playbook. Yet Trey has only thrown 2 passes, I believe 2 passes in his first 3 games.
One was a touchdown.
And he's
One
used
was
as a decoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's mainly used as a decoy, and for some reason throughout all preseason it was have him throw from the pocket, have him learn to be a pocket passer, and all of a sudden we got into the season, and now he's supposed to be Lamar Jackson or Taysom Hill, this decoy, and it's confusing.
It is. Eric, you know what? And somebody said earlier during preseason, said, Trey is having trouble with the midfield passes. And I says, oh, well, that's unless Shanahan's going to alter his playbook, this is going to be interesting. I think that's what's bothering Shanahan now. Trey's got to be able to do that in order to be able to expand outside of that realm to entirely full defenses. Because if he's knocking our receivers out with the ball and they're not making those catches across the middle of the field, then Shanahan's probably thinking, we got to go back to the drawing board on this. Trying to figure out how Shanahan thinks. I mean, what do you think?
Well, I mean, it's hard to tell. Kyle to me is really confusing. It seems like every year it low key looks like a brand new offense for some reason. Like in 2019, this offense does not look anything like it does like right now. We're not seeing the end arounds like usual. And that could be due to the players that we have now. But it's really confusing to me. I do believe that he needs to be questioned because there has been a lot of questionable calls that he's made. And
it's week 3. I mean, it's week 4. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
We probably need to wait a few weeks to see. Maybe this is an offense in build mode. It's still a work in progress. I don't because I think there is something going on here that's unusual because the players were usually like, now they're not. And that means they're probably trying to grasp a new concept or two.
Yeah. And all bringing in Trey does is it ruins like the rhythm of what the first team offense does with Jimmy Garoppolo. And personally, it's a hard thing to do. Now, what I think Kyle should be doing is when we cannot move the ball like we usually can't in the run game, is put Trey in and actually have him throw because it opens up more of the playbook when Jimmy Garoppolo gets back in. You see what I'm trying to say? Because if the run game is limited when Jimmy's in, and you throw Trey in and he starts throwing instead of running like it typically he does,
you go the
it's going to
opposite
open
way.
up the playbook.
And then have Jimmy run.
Exactly.
You talking about screwing the defense up. I can see the guy on the other side of the field yelling, Kyle, what the hell are you doing, man? What is that? Time! You guys, I like that idea. Start running things in the opposite. Let Trey throw, and the defense will not be ready for it because he's already established that Trey's going to RPO, but there's no P. This is going to be interesting to see. Eric,
yeah,
I love it.
Really
that was stimulating. I enjoyed that. Okay, we got to go, though. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Ronbo.
All right. Have a great
night.
All
right, Ronbo. I'll catch you later.
All right. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Well, Bethel, we're actually, as I said just a little while ago, actually Kyle did say that we're probably not going to see a lot of shuttle back and forth with the quarterback. But everybody was led to believe that for some reason. And I think more people ignored what Kyle said that day after that Raiders game. The media sort of pushed it, saying, yep, it's going to be a dual quarterback system this year. You're probably going to see Kyle and Jimmy, and it could work. And they were explaining how it should work and how it could work and how some team, the Dallas Cowboys, did it way back when. And, so the mindset was, yep, we got back and forth between Jimmy and Trey, and it's not happening. So, So I guess we're going to see what happens. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff, and and one thing that nobody has talked about is that George Kittle actually said something too about what Coach Shanahan and our other coach are doing, and that they need to do a better job of calling better plays, calling something to put them in a winning situation because they're not doing that. And I think a lot of people are seeing that our coach is not doing his job. I don't know if he took, because of all the stuff that was going on, he didn't take Green Bay, he took them too lightly, or maybe. But, if two players like Jimmy G and George are starting to call out a coach like that, you know, and then I've been hearing everybody say about our coach, you know, I think Kyle's going to be in a hot seat if he doesn't deliver and start, you know, game planning a lot better, you know, because I heard somebody said that Kyle said that in this Green Bay game that he was going to be his team is going to be tougher and his team is going to be the more aggressive and that they're going to do it. And I didn't see that. I didn't see the aggressiveness. If he would have been aggressive, he would have went for it on fourth and whatever down that was. He did that, you know, with, you know, the two first games, he went for it sometimes. And on this one, he didn't even go for it. You know, so, you know, I think Kyle's going to have to step up his game and he'll have to start doing something else, even though we only lost by 2 points. That's not a lot. You know, it's, you know, it's not a big loss. You know, it just, I think he probably paid a...
Bethel, we should have won. We should have won the game.
We should have.
37 seconds. Most quarterbacks aren't going to beat you in 37 seconds, but we got the wrong quarterback.
Yeah. It's just not that we got a wrong quarterback. It's just that Kyle needs to let Jimmy loose. He needs to let him. If you hear what Green Bay said, Aaron Rodgers was calling his own plays. That, you know, because he's seen the defense. He's seen the defense. And I don't know if you've seen over there with Tampa Bay. I don't know if you see Tom Brady looking at his coach saying, no. Yeah. Okay, he liked that play. Where do you see other quarterbacks do that? Say, oh, no, I didn't like that play. Oh, no. Okay, I like that play because I see the way the defense is going.
But, you know in coach's defense, though, normally he's pretty good at what he calls. When I think about it, if we had a run game of any kind, I think we control that game a little differently. So I'm hoping that Elijah Mitchell shows up because Shanahan's offense, him and his dad, this is all developed. It has to have a run game base. It really does. You can't, because they do a lot of things off of play action and stuff like that. So when you stop the run and just pass, then you get a low-scoring game like you got, and then you get a cliffhanger like you got, and then you like you said, I'm saying we're playing against Aaron Rodgers. Had it been any other quarterback, not named maybe Russell Wilson or Tom Brady, we win. You know, so it's kind of we got to wait before we decide Shanahan is messing up. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know, but the only thing is that a lot of people are complaining is he needs to basically open up the book a little bit more so, you know, he could put his players, you know, way to win. Yeah. You know, because I was hearing some people say that, you know, right there where George Kittle, you know, they all thought that he was supposed to be open. George Kittle didn't think that there was going to be a defense guy there, you know, in his face like, you know, it was. But, you know, sometimes, you know, you got to realize that Kittle's not a fast guy.
I don't see. Don't get me started on that. Bethel, you know what? Kyle's got to work on this seriously next season. Get somebody who can run. I mean, George Kittle's a great football player, but you don't put him in that play. Yeah. And where was Ayuk? Why did you use him on that play? You know, I just think, you know,
that's another thing that, you know, people are complaining that he needs to put the right people at the right moment at the right time. You know, like right there, you know, he could have used George Kittle as a decoy, and he could have had him cut to the left or to the right, and they would be paying attention
on right off his tail as the defense follows George, as they're going to do. And now, Jimmy, let that thing fly. Ayuk runs underneath that. We got a touchdown. Oh, no. I don't see. And that's the thing, play design. You got to be careful.
You know, we're not the coach. We even know, you know, that, you know, the kind of play that he could do and all that. You know, so, you know, he has to think about, okay, you know what, they're going to use a double team. They're going to double team Kittle. You know, they're going to double team Debo. That means, all right, let's put Ayuk. He's a fast runner. They're not going to expect them to throw far because there was a time where Jimmy was throwing far, even though there were not completions, but the defense kind of stepped back because they seen him throwing far.
Yeah, so after that shot to George, they stepped off the line of scrimmage. So, you know, it's another. Yeah. Kyle probably has some things he wants to change, and he took back, and he didn't know he messed up on 4th and 1. So I don't know. This is just. Beth, we got to go though. Let me. I'll look for you tomorrow. All right, we'll bring your score
good
with you.
Good show, like always, Rumble, and let's hit the like for Rumble's show. Go Niners.
Thanks, Beth.
Have
a great night.
Good night, Rumble.
Tony, Tony, get in here, man.
Mr. Ronbo, how are you this evening?
Tony, doing great. No domestic chores tonight, huh? I was getting a kick out of that. We like to talk about you and doing things around the house.
I was watching a great Bengals game. That was a great game.
Hey, did you say you watched the Bengals? I was getting. How did that game end? Because when I left, all of a sudden the Bengals were driving. They was back in the second half. They were coming on strong. How'd that game end?
Yep. They won 24-21. Last drive, kicked the field goal with 3 seconds left.
Bengals?
Yeah, they're 3-1.
Oh, Jags. Poor Jags. And again, another mark against a rookie quarterback. I thought he was going to win. He was looking good. You know what? He looked
good. They played well.
He's getting better. Lawrence is getting better, faster than he was. I mean, he's getting better faster now than Zach is. Boy, Zach's a basket case. Over in New England, I'm not sure what to think about Mac. Mac Jones needs more weapons. Mac Jones is a victim of this ain't Bama. I ain't got all the receivers that I had in Bama. Y'all got to help me out with this, you know. So, you know.
Yeah, because Tampa's gonna be mad when they go in there. So, you know, they just coming off of getting their butts handed to them. So we'll see what happens.
And Tony, the bad thing about it is that is going to be the most watched game. They're going to break the record. The 49ers and the Pack just set a viewing record this last Sunday. This game with Tampa Bay, you got a team that's going to destroy Belichick, but it's going to be the most watched game maybe of all time. Why? Because Tom's going back home to beat up his coach. Everybody's going to be watching, Tony. Everybody. Billions around the world even.
That's a Sunday night game, ain't it?
I don't know. I just know they're playing this Sunday. I don't know the schedule. Chat, is that scheduled? Is that a Sunday night? Well, they should be. If whatever's on Sunday night, they may flex it and put that game on then.
Yeah. How's your team looking this week?
How's what?
Getting everybody healthy?
Yeah. Well,
how's your team looking? Getting everybody healthy?
George Kittle's got a calf strain that he's not practicing. We got the guys that don't practice all week are usually the best guys on the team that maybe they're healing up. I figure George is going to play. Elijah Mitchell seems like he practiced, and maybe he'll be back. We got to have a running back. Trey Sermon he's not ready for prime time, Tony. Not yet.
Hey, Ronbo, you had asked me a question on your last podcast. You asked me about do I know of any Ohio State running backs that were good, and I said Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
I should have told you about two more, Ronbo. You remember Robert Smith with the Minnesota Vikings?
Ohio State, Robert Smith. How long ago did he play with the Vikings?
Had a brilliant career. Yeah, he played with Randy Moss and Chris Carter, all of them. Yeah. He was their all-time leading rusher until Peterson passed him.
Okay.
For the team.
I guess I wasn't paying much attention. The only time I noticed them is when we had to play them, and Robert Smith's name does not. I know about their defense.
That was 26. Yeah, they had a track guy. And then I know you remember Eddie George.
Yeah, everybody remembers Eddie George. Didn't he end up in Jacksonville?
No, he went to Dallas.
Yeah, Eddie
for 1
George.
year, then he retired.
Eddie, is he from Ohio State? I didn't even think about that. Eddie George, I used to love to watch him work. Boy, that dude was vicious.
Got over 10,000 yards. Yep, Eddie George. So I said, man, I should have told Ronbo about those two backs.
Yeah, but you automatically, you think about the last 10 or 15 years. You don't think about guys like that. So, that's way back.
Right.
So, yeah. Modern day, though, Ohio State's having issues.
Ezekiel. Ezekiel Elliott, that's it.
Still, nobody's gonna trust any of the quarterbacks unless, of course, this year that Justin Fields can finally break that everybody says, man, because the last guy that they sent over to the Cleveland Browns. Wait a minute, did he go to Cleveland? What's that big quarterback that couldn't learn the playbook? 2-3 years ago, he's out of the league now. Yeah, what was it? He's Ohio State quarterback.
Are you talking about Ohio State quarterback?
Wasn't he from Ohio State? He failed.
I know.
Terribly.
I
forgot where he went. Washington. He went to Washington.
Yeah. He's with Pittsburgh now.
Ohio State, right? Yeah.
Can't remember that guy's name, but yeah, he's with the Steelers. He's
no one cares.
Third string behind.
No one cares. Nobody cares. Next caller.
Listen, Jack, this is my dude, Tony. Wait. We always talk about what's going on around the league. Oh, God. No, that's Jack.
It's Dwayne Haskins.
Thanks, fam. Dwayne. Yes. So Tony.
Dwayne, count my sacks, Haskins. But yeah, we got the Washington football team this week. It's going to be a challenge, but if we can hit them with the short passing game and run the football, we'll get them.
You beat the Giants last week. You can beat anybody in the NFC, and I hope you playing the Cowboys this year?
Yeah, later in the year. I can't wait to get back to Dallas.
Yes, indeed. Please be at full strength for that game. Cowboys riding high now, talking all kind of trash. Tony, I see. Go ahead, finish that. What were you going to say?
No, I'm saying, yeah, they think they're everything in a bag of chips, but, only a matter of time. They'll go back to where they were.
You sound like Shannon Sharp now. That's what he keeps telling Skip. I love to watch those two argue about the Cowboys.
Them and the Raiders. I told Larry Hoover the Raiders going to lose 3 of their next 4.
Probably.
Them and the Raiders going to be down. Yep, starting this week.
Oh, God. Tony.
Ronbo, it's been always a pleasure talking to you, though.
Same here. Love it, man. I tell you, I'll see you tomorrow then, all right?
All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Tony. Great night.
All right,
OKC.
Hey, Ronbo. Man, look, I ain't time for that tonight, Ronbo. I'm sorry.
Was that you chiming in? Casey,
I'm sitting here upset that Jimmy's done just enough to start next week, man. I mean, that's the thing, man. It's a numbers game, man.
I don't know, Justin.
They're going to go hard or go home.
Let me just ask you
Jimmy,
this,
man.
though. Let me just ask you this, though.
Yo.
Do you really think that the whole offense is nothing more than Jimmy Garoppolo? I mean, do you think nobody else is contributing to whether the positives or negatives on that team? I always wonder when people start yelling about Jimmy, you look at what's going on out there. Is it really all about Jimmy?
No, and you know what, Ronbo? I think it doesn't matter what I think because I see what's happening here.
Yeah.
And one thing people don't know is that since 2018, Jimmy's had a no trade clause through 2021.
No, everybody knows about that. So it ends this year, though.
Well, not everybody knows about it because they're coming in saying that Kyle's on the hot seat, and Kyle's nowhere close to the hot seat because they just traded the next 3. They just gave Kyle an extension and traded the next 3 years so that Kyle can get a whole new era going here. Nice. Should Jimmy not take him to the Super Bowl?
No, Kyle's not. On the hot seat.
So what's really happened is that Ronbo, I'm a poker player. What's happened is Kyle's going to go hard or go home. So he's going to either run the table with Jimmy or he's going to lose everything, and he's already rebought. So he's got the next 3 years of rebuys with Trey in his pocket ready to go. But it's going to be a long season with Jimmy here. And look, Rumble, I've been since I called in, I've said one thing.
Jimmy needs to ball out. And why have I said that? Because they're paying him $137 million. It's not about can Jimmy do this. They love Jimmy. I love Jimmy. I think Jimmy's one of the best look, one of the most handsome people I've ever seen. I just think that
Casey's always going to come up with something.
$25 million a year, at $25 million a year, they're trying to figure out, are we paying $25 million for 1 year or $50 million for 2 years? And that's all it is. It's just a numbers game in the NFL. And, unless Jimmy takes them to the Super Bowl, Jimmy's going to be gone next year, and they're going to start Trey and get another veteran quarterback, someone like Teddy Bridgewater, or, but that's where we're at. We're rocking with Jimmy one way or the other.
Here's something else to entertain, too. Okay. It is around circles, around various Niner circles, it has been said that Kyle was talked out of getting Mac. Okay.
Oh, I don't think that's true at all, because he traded the next 3 years. Let me just finish this. I just
want to put this in your ear. Okay, so they talk him out of it, and the second choice, Trey Lance, comes in. Kyle is not. He's not. Let me just finish, and you'll see where I'm going with this. I don't know if Kyle yet is all in when it comes to running quarterbacks. I think Kyle has made it clear, I don't mind you running, but you sure as hell are going to run. You're going to run my offense. This may be, and I'm just throwing this around, this may be one thing that Kyle is working on with Trey. Trey, if you watch his film at North Dakota, he was running almost every other snap. So I'm thinking this is going to have to change first. He's going to have to get confident throwing, and he's going to have to become Russell Wilson. Wilson is one of the best throwers I've ever seen. But if Russell Wilson wants to take off, boy, everybody, red light, get ready. Here he comes.
I think the unfortunate thing is that I think Trey's ready to do that today. And I think he's the best player on their offense. And I think they should have started him at running back last week, because they've traded the next 3 years, and he's on the sideline for one play. He's their best runner. Why was he on the sideline? He's
you're going to get him hurt. You can't run him. He's not a running back.
So what? They traded the next 3 years. No, so what? This is the argument that people throw at me when I complain about the frequency of the injury. People go, oh, well, it's the NFL and injuries happen. No, with the 49ers, it happens at such a frequency that they get two people per game to the IR.
Do you hear what you're saying? You can't run him as a running back. What if a knee goes out?
No, but screw it. Everyone's getting injured. They're 2-1. They've got the toughest NFC West division. Screw it. Give Bosa the ball. Give Trent the ball. They just go forward and put up 28 or 35 points a game, because you guys have one of the best rosters in the NFL, and you got this dink and dunk offense, and people are telling me, oh, Trey can't do what Jimmy's doing. Tell me, why did they trade the next 3 years? Trey can do what Jimmy's doing, damn it. I'm sorry, Rumble.
I don't know. I just need to.
I'm so
next
frustrated
time,
with this,
we need to smoke a bowl.
You know what, Rumble?
We need to smoke a bowl together. You have some of the best stuff.
Jimmy can do 158.3 for the rest of the season. They got Robbie Gould on the team. They're not going to win anything, Rumble. Call me crazy, Robbo. I know what I'm watching, man. I've watched NFL my whole life, man, and I'm starting to do parlays right now.
You're nervous, aren't you? Just don't. Make sure you think every part of that parlay, man. Think it out. You'll be okay.
Oh man, I know. Rumbo, first week, man, I went 5-6. The Jaguars got me. I'm thinking, is the Jaguars Super Bowl? First home game, new coach, new quarterback. Nope, they're still the butthole of the NFL. And last week I bet a 9-team parlay. I went 6-9. And this week I think I'm going to try and do another 6 or 7 and just do the morning games. And because my dad's not here, man. I'm not watching the NFL the same, so I gotta do something else to spice it up. So.
Oh, well. But one thing this game will be this weekend is entertaining, because both teams are scared to death to lose this game, so you're going to see some fun football for sure.
It's just going to be. I just want to see them all just go head first, like the battle scene at the end of a movie, and just whoever makes it out makes it out. The whole team is injured right now. Let's just get a win this weekend. We do one thing this year. Let's sweep Seattle.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be, if we don't do anything else, sweep the Hawks this year.
I'm at the point where I'm tired of the George Brittle and the Raheem Mostert and the Jalen Hurts. I'm tired of these jokes, man. I'm tired of this, Ronbo. You know, they got some of the best players I've ever seen, man. I'm watching Trent every play.
Casey,
I'm watching Bosa every play, you know.
Did you come up with those names on your own? That's hilarious.
No,
That's
I
not
didn't,
funny,
man.
but it's hilarious.
Terrible, man. I know, man. I'm tired of it, man.
Me and you, but I tell you what, let's see tomorrow. You'll be fine between now and tomorrow, and get ready to forecast what's going to happen. All right.
All right, Ronbo, get that starter jacket ready, Ronbo.
That's right. That's right. That's my good luck jacket. All right. Have a great night.
Yeah. All right, brother.
As much as possible. And by doing so, you slowly begin to raise your vibration. It's simple, but it's amazing. Tell the truth. How many times a day do you say thank you?
Thank you. A lot. Beham, we're holding services on the Ronbo Sports Show.
How about it? Yeah, how about it, Ronbo?
Beham, how many times a day do you say thank you?
Hey.
Beham, you know what
I try to say it as much as possible. Come on with it.
You know, I remember as a kid, I didn't know what my dad was talking about. He says, hell, you got to be crazy in this world just to survive. BM, you know what? As I grew up, I realized Pops knew what he was talking about. A sane man boy, you will struggle on this planet. You got to be a little crazy. But BM, BM, talk to me about this. Shanahan is, he told people back after the Raiders game what he was going to do, but people misunderstood, I guess. You know, what do you think about what's going on between the quarterback situation right now, as far as that shuttle goes?
I really don't look at it. It's all tricks, man. It's all about the eye test. You feel me? Like they put him in the game at Green Bay. They did a whole bunch of motioning. The defense was all out of whack. Bam! You hike the ball. I mean, it was 1 or 2 yards. You hike the ball. He run in for a touchdown. They bring him back in the game later, you know what I'm saying? And the defense immediately go to getting out of whack because they think, oh, wow, he's going to get the ball and he's going to run. Yep. Then here you see youth check come from out of nowhere, run up, get right up under the center, and then, bam, hike the ball. You know, so it's all about the eye test. Everybody in here is getting mad about what's going on. I'm going to say this, Ronbo. Every coach comes out and they first 15, 20 plays, it's scripted.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yep.
Now, after those first 15 or 20 plays, they go to freelancing. Now, this is the problem. If you come out and your first 15 or 20 plays is not working, now you got to really sit back and figure out, well, what the hell is they doing to me? So you're seeing, I mean, you're putting out, you know what I'm saying, plays, but when you go to halftime, you make adjustments. The same thing that we did. We went to halftime, we made adjustments. The defense adjusted, the offense adjusted. We started putting up plays. Because now I see how you coming at me. I see where you're blocking up my run. And by the way, this offense, they can put Trey Lance in the game if they want to. This offense works off your running backs and the running game. You put Trey Lance in the game. Something I heard Kyle say in his interview. He said, Trey, he said, both of my quarterbacks is supposed to know the game plan. So Trey knows what's supposed to be going on in case if Jimmy gets hurt. But this is what the problem comes in, Ronbo. You know the game plan for this week. But Jimmy Garoppolo knows the playbook, period. He's a little bit more experienced with the playbook. So if you have to go off go out of character or what your game plan is and change something up, the best person that's going to lead you to the promised land with that is Jimmy. He knows the book a little bit more. With some of the ways these defenses have been playing us, they playing us tight. Why? One, we know we can't stretch the field. I don't understand why these people are not getting it. We cannot stretch the field, fans. Come on, faithful, look at the game plan. Everybody is loading up the box because they know we have to run. They're closing off our running lanes. That's why at halftime they're adjusting. The running game gets better. Our receivers are not like a Devontae Adams. You know what I'm saying? They're good, but they're not a Devontae Adams. What people didn't realize, you got Devontae Adams. They had the Lazard kid, and they tight end is damn near just as good as Jimmy Garoppolo. He don't. I mean, as George Kittle. He don't.
And don't forget Valdez Scantling. All those guys look like they're 7'3".
All of those guys. We don't have that. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, Rodgers can easily drop back 1, 2, 3, boom. We can't do that because you press our guys, we don't have nobody to stretch the field, man. So the offense is going to look a little different.
And
when we get someone to stretch the field,
and
we can keep a running back in the game, we're going to be a whole lot better.
And this is why Big Show and I have been campaigning for 3 years. Get a wide receiver, Kyle. Please get a wide receiver. And we pick up all kind of players, and we don't get a wide receiver. We don't try to trade for one. We try to get OBJ, and we couldn't get him. You know, that's the only person I know.
I think we would have got him if what's the name hadn't got hurt. The other receiver over there in Cleveland got hurt. Landry. So when he got hurt, OBJ was coming back off his injury.
I'm talking about when the Giants had OBJ, and the Giants don't deal. John Lynch doesn't know about the traditions between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. We don't deal with the Giants. We don't deal with the Raiders. There are teams that there's some bitterness that goes way back.
Right.
You know, and so there was no way OBJ was coming from New York to San Francisco. I kind of knew it, but I was hoping the way there was talks going on between San Francisco as Kyle Shanahan is going after Odell Beckham Jr. Really?
Hey man, we could have got AB. I feel that his you know, the stuff that he had going on. For hell, if we was gonna try to get OBJ, we might well have got AD because both.
But you know what happened there, B-Ham.
The same type of diva receiver. Yeah, I remember. But you know.
AB's a bad citizen. We're talking about a dude who throws furniture off the balcony. You know what I'm saying? So, and got the police coming up to the house asking him about what happened. Your ex says that you beat her up. So, you know, this is the kind of thing, there's too much social media on AB. And Tom Brady, since he's a god in the NFL, he can go tell the Tampa Bay, look, before you say anything to me, know this, AB is coming to play for me. Tom, did we look like we had any argument? Yes. We'll get him up. I'll call him right now, and you can talk to him. You know, see, clout. B-Ham?
I tell you like this, Ronbo. We need 1 or 2 receivers that's extremely fast. We need a decent lockdown or decent covered cornerback that can cover speedsters. And we need a running back that we can depend on.
We had one that got hurt.
And I believe we can go to the Super Bowl and win it.
Let me ask you, B-Ham, let me ask you this.
Our problems are not that bad.
Well, no, we need some people to heal up. But B-Ham, let me ask you this. All right, this is Adam Carrillo. I just see where somebody just pointed out that you know where Josh Gordon went? He went to Kansas City. You see, I think at times that I don't know if Josh is still Josh. I don't know, Flash he gets a lot of rest. He may be feeling real good. I don't know. But see, that was a phone call that we'll never make. You know, I bet the Rams did because the Rams, you know, would you take Josh? Would you take him?
I think what the 49ers are looking to do We're looking at teams who is kind of bad, and we're trying to really assess where we're gonna need, what are we gonna really need to address by the end of the trade deadline. The problem is I don't know what we are gonna give up, but we're gonna have to address either something with a speedier receiver or
a cornerback,
some kind of running back or a cornerback. One of those three we really need to address. And I believe we can get a lot. We can win with the running backs we have if they just
stay on the field. I want to see Cannon. I want to see if Bobby Turner could turn him into a running back. That dude has got wheels.
And this is the thing, man. People is talking, but listen, bro. They only went and got Trey Lance because we needed another starting quarterback in case our starting quarterback goes down.
Beham, you'll never, that's in writing too, you'll never get at least 70% of people you talk to are never going to believe that. They hate Jimmy. They want him out. That's why they went and got Trey. I said, yeah.
No, man.
You guys don't.
No, listen. They wouldn't have never went and got Trey if Nick Mullins could have won more than 6 games.
Yeah.
If Nick Mullins would have won 10 or 11 games, we would have never got Trey.
Or CJ, one of them. Anything. We could have done something.
Or CJ, either one of them.
Yeah,
but we wasn't even in contention without Jimmy.
Yeah.
We 28-7 or 28. Yeah, I think 28-7 with Jimmy, and we 7-29. 7-28 without him. Come on, man.
It's really ugly, ain't it? We gotta go.
It's something he's doing right.
Well.
All right, my man.
All right, BM.
I look forward to talking with you tomorrow.
I hope so. I'll be looking for you, too. All right, BM. Have a good night, man.
Right, be safe, man.
You too. There he goes. And there's Big Show. Well, Big Show says people are impatient. Why are they trying to ruin the development process of Trey? And did they not watch preseason and see how mechanically raw he was? I know, I don't, and I never, Big Show, you said something. I keep wondering, what are you guys looking at? He has a lot of potential, but he's not ready to go out there now, and you're going to ruin that kid doing that. And that's why Kyle Shanahan puts him into positions where he's only going to succeed, You're not going to get him out there. And I'm worried about if he ever gets one of those RPOs and fumbles the ball, it takes too long to get over that. Now, the team will probably be fine, but Trey will be sitting over there, and this is when the confidence level takes a hit. So for those who don't understand, it's not about whether he's better. It's about, is it time? Anyway, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide on to the right. And bring a score tomorrow. And let's look and see how much that we have faith in this team from San Francisco. Have a great night, fam. Thanks for the contribution, guys. And them likes. Love it. Wow. I love doing that.